to silence your cell phones. Gosh, thanks for everybody for coming here this morning. Thanks for a great year last year. We had a lot of fun. We got a big, exciting year coming up. We got all kinds of things to talk about this morning. We are looking forward to a great year. We're going to do some awards for last year, and we're going to talk about some new creative shipping that some of you have heard about. Marie's going to present the Ohana program. Nils is going to present the Zimmermans, Jim and the Kapaloos, and Kim will talk about some events that we have coming up this year. I want to go, before Jim awards hands out the top awards.
I'm supposed to do that?
Yes.
You're the man.
You're the man.
We want to talk about the top 10 for last year and give a big hand to everybody for all their efforts this year. John Marshall finishing in at number 10. Congratulations, John.
John!
Hey.
Hey.
Great job.
Piece of white out.
Lisa, number 9.
Wow!
Hard to believe.
What happened?
Callie Ray, 8.
Yay.
Good job, Callie. 7, Michelle, over on the Big Island. Thanks,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Nice job.
Good job this year. Nils, great job.
Nils,
Thank you, Nils. Chris Cornish comes in at 5.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris, for all your great efforts. Y'all have done a great job. Jim's going to
Okay.
announce the top 4.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay. Well, if you're in the top 4, you're in the money. We, right quick, I want to say something, quite frankly, about my wife has given me coaching lessons back
I
there,
want
so-
us to be
I know.
excited
Okay,
this
okay.
morning, all right?
All right. Okay. Anyway, I do want to mention Palm Beach before I do the awards. My gosh, we have really had great support from Bruce and wife Janet and Diane Cleforth and Jim Cleforth and Ron Jeffrey and Kevin and Callie especially, who's really worked to coordinate the arrival of all the art. It's not easy opening up a gallery that wasn't a gallery before, and in a place far, far away. I mean, I've never even been to Palm Beach, and here we are in business there. And hopefully we'll meet people there that are headed for Hawaii, and they'll know who we are when they get here, and vice versa. Florida is in the particular place they're in. I'm almost afraid we don't have art that's high enough priced for them. It's the land of Rolls Royces and Bentleys, and, like Rodeo Drive in Southern California. But we got Diane Cleforth there, so I'm not worried. She's going to do a great job and have some fun out there. And I can call at 7 o'clock in the morning and find out what's happening in the afternoon there sometimes. So we could start the day with some good news there. I think she's really going to do a great job there. And any of you want to drop her an email and wish her good luck and all that, she would appreciate it, I'm sure. Okay. And now we proceed to the awards, which involve pride, money, excitement, and something all of you should shoot for every year. I think I'm going to announce the first 3 in reverse because the first 3 first, because they're all in California and Florida. There's another key. But anyway, the third place award, which is actually a tie with somebody else, is going to Casey, and that one Casey and somebody else, who will be known soon, will get $850 for being tied for 3rd place. So let's give a hand to Casey. And second will be Diane Cleforth back in Florida. We're spreading the wealth across the nation, $2,200. And back there in Yvette with Casey is, back there in Newport Beach with Casey is guess who? Yvette, who is getting $4,200 reward. So congratulations, thank you, ladies. And we may have an award for the, no, never mind, I'll get to that in just a minute. And I did ask some of the ladies there in Newport Beach what maybe some advice they might have, some for you, some encouragement or what, and they kind of indicated that qualifying people was real important, that they didn't want to waste their time on people that weren't qualified. So they asked questions like, what is your butler's name? How big is your jet? Now, seriously, they get some great people, and a good big key to all of them really is getting people to events, and they've done a great job of doing that. Without further ado, and with no mystery whatsoever, sharing third place with beautiful Yvette is beautiful Maria. All right. Yeah. And she would like to say a few words.
She would?
Yeah.
Forced into this. Well, I wanted to thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
And Nancy and everybody
was only
that makes all this
$15.
possible. Really? It's funny because I woke up this morning realizing how did I get here, and then I remembered that Terry Allen found me about 13 years ago in my sister's restaurant. And that gave me a smile. He's no longer with us, but that's why I'm here. And it's been fun. I love my job, and I don't think a day goes by that I don't have somebody come in from the mainland, who knows where, that says how gorgeous our gallery is and how lucky we must be to just spend our day in such beauty, and it's so peaceful, and we're on Maui. So anyway, I have no complaints. I think that a lot of people come in here and they think that everybody else, or probably a lot of the people, have it all figured out, and they don't. And so I just wanted to say that I didn't have it figured out. I was the new kid on the block not very long ago. And then I just kept on asking questions to the people who were having success. I asked them how they got people to the events, because I didn't know how to do it. And I think that's how you get successful, is to just put yourself out there. Don't give up on anyone, right, Virginia? Or yourself. And set goals. And I was thinking, like, what kind of goals do I set at the beginning of the year? And I always know I'm going to do really well. But I'm not the kind of person that says I'm going to make this amount of dollars every month or this amount for the year. Some people do. My goals are actually action goals. Like, how am I going to show up every day? That's kind of how I set myself up, and that could help you. But I make sure that on my shift with the people that are there, that I'm fully present, that I don't just do the job halfway or qualify them to the point when they walk in I think that they're not going to be able to buy anything. I think that can be more of a problem, to just make the assumption that they're not going to buy or they can't buy when you have no idea. I mean, don't we find that every day? People come in backpacks. I mean, it's Maui. People are not dressed up. And you just don't know who you're dealing with. And they could have a plane at the airport, right? Easily. So I would just say take control of the situation that you have at hand on your shift, and do whatever you have to do to make it work, and don't wait for things to happen. Make them happen.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
All I got.
Congratulations.
Thank you for this.
Am I still up?
No.
Jim, you can give her that certificate.
Oh yeah, can I have my plaque?
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're ready up there.
Yeah, I'll take them all.
Thank you. And my wife works very hard doing a lot of things for this type of thing, mail outs and all.
Keep using that picture
Want to thank
forever.
her.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. Yay.
You like that picture?
So, some of you have been in the know a little bit about this crating and shipping we've been kind of dealing with. We're going with trying to start to go a different direction than our usual norm of what we've been doing for so many years, and it's going to take a little bit of time to convert over. And so there's a crating company here on the island, and this primarily right now only exists for Maui consultants, and because of the crating companies here. But they have designed and patented this crate through years and work with FedEx and other shipping companies, they'll be able to ship art to anywhere in the world. Brazil may be the only exception at times. COD. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to convert everybody to start selling, creating and shipping COD again. So you just creating and shipping COD. I'll get you some price lists very soon, so you'll have an idea. And there's a couple different kind of crates they make, but the one they've patented is this crate here, which this would be your painting here. So it sits inside this foam here, and it's all protected. And they've gone through FedEx, and this is worked with FedEx to design this crate. So-
And this is a frame, a wood frame around the painting. So the first thing they do is put that all the way around. Then it's stuck in there and cushioned.
You can see when your clients would get something like this, how impressive this crate is.
Yeah, and full instructions of how to take it apart.
And full instructions.
Yeah, it looks like it's hard to.
Another good thing about going this direction is we turn it over to them, and if there's any, they contact the client, say this is coming COD. They take care of collecting the money. If there's any problem with the art, they contact this number here. We don't have to deal with any of that stuff. It's fully insured, but it's really only fully insured if it goes COD. So we're trying to avoid the prepaid, charge it to the car later.
And it's insured for 30 days past the time they get it too. That's another good feature that we don't have right now.
What if you have someone who wants to ship it to their office because there's no one home? Does that still apply?
Yeah, it can still apply if there's some, in special circumstances, if we have somebody that, wants to ship it to their office and they're nobody can be there, we will take the credit card number like you would normally do, and the shipping company will charge their card for that. So, but we're trying to avoid that, but it can still be done.
Think COD all the time, and some of you send things to foreign countries, will be able to send things to foreign countries, COD. And once this freight company takes it, it is their job to get the money, not our job to get the money. And we've been burned a few times, and this will end us, we're not taking the risk now, they're taking the risk.
Right.
So they pick it up, what's the turnaround, a week? 2?
I took a piece to them yesterday and they got it out. They're gonna get it out this week. That was a rush. Typically, it's the same amount of time. It's 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, once we drop it off, depending on how busy they
Where are they housed here on the island? The other side?
No, they're up in the industrial area behind Walgreens, behind,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Emerald Plaza.
yeah, Emerald Plaza, right there. They also build crates that are not this elaborate, they're called simple crates. Simple crates are used for pieces that are like the Lori Wiley's, pieces that are stretched only, the Al Schwartz that was sold the other day, 60 inches, is going to Canada, all shipping and crating and everything was $650 for a great big Al Schwartz. That's a great price, crating, shipping, COD.
Is there gonna be a book that we have of what charges are going to be? Because people wanna know, well, how much is this to get to?
Right, right, and there's gonna be another follow-up meeting very soon with the people that should try and teach us how to sell this product and how you deal with the customers that they've been dealing with. Because there's another gallery on the island that's doing this and has been doing it for a long time, and they're really good at that. So we're gonna have another follow-up meeting at each gallery to have somebody come in and show you, answer those questions. We wanted to show you the crate this morning. We wanted to be able
Yeah.
to start focusing on charging COD for both crating and shipping. So that's the main goal. We kind of gotten out of that. We used to do it all the time, but now a lot of times we're giving the shipping away, or we are prepaying it or to be charged. We've got some things to work out. We're primarily gonna focus on paintings that are $5,000 and more through this company, we'll still be doing some shipping out of our operations department. But, so like $5,000 paintings and more, or, you know, like a big Luongo that's like that, stuff that can be, really expensive to ship, can be really well packed like this, and your clients will be impressed when they receive the crate like this.
One of the really, really good things is, and you'll have to handle it different ways, but you can, all you have to do is take the measurement of the longest measurement. So you take, in this case, the horizontal measurement there, go look on a chart. You live in Toronto, it'll cost you this much for us to get it to you, and that includes your insurance, that includes your freight, that includes your crate, and it'll come to you COD. And write the ticket up, you know. You got the information right there. You will be able to tell them right there what it is.
That is the amount, or that's an estimate?
You can tell them that is the amount.
Right. So it's simple.
They win some and they lose some, believe me.
Right.
With a simple, it's great to have a simple thing like that, but as a freight company, they're gonna win some and they're gonna lose some. Yeah.
Right.
And sculptures can be, so we'll get into more details when we have the second meeting, but this is good. And, you know, your only fear factor will be is whether or not you think it's too much money or they think it's too much money, and then we have to deal with that. But that is the cost, and you see the quality of crating that they're getting. And when they do the crating that's the simple crating, they use the foam stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So they can just blow up all around the edges there, and Lori Wiley's all encased in that foam, and it works great. And whereas Steve right now is putting Lori Wiley's individually together that are forever trouble, and it won't be much trouble and quick and easy in that regard. And just to give you an idea also of what we're up against sometime, you go to Las Vegas and you buy a roll of bubble wrap, and they said it was $72. It's about $100 in Newport Beach. How much was it in Bend?
We paid $105 for a
105 in Bend. We paid about
50-foot roll. We paid
it's like
$500
here, over
$500
$500 here for a roll of bubble wrap. And that's what we have to start with in our warehouse to start packing things. And is that highway robbery or whatever? It's awful.
Anything else you want to add? Any questions also?
I have a question. It sounds like this is gonna be great for us, for Atlantic Airways. Is the, cost about, since it's going FedEx, is it about the same as
You
it
know,
usually is? Cause we're used to quoting people, cause we kinda know.
Right.
Is this less, more?
It's
Same?
really about the same when you figure the quality of the crate and the shipping and the money that we will save by not having to, A, buy bubble wrap, B, by have people in the warehouse that are wrapping our art all day long, and then paying for the crate, which we often gift anyway.
The crate is gonna make it a little larger, so that might cause some extra cost there, you know, because you see the extra protection they're paying for, but we'll have less problems too.
It seems less to me. Last couple I've done, it seems less.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the really good prices are on the Wileys.
yeah.
That Al Schwartz we just shipped to Canada was really a great deal for the whole.
I calculate
Everything.
mines, and when we
Like
changed over
that
to
shit that way.
the COD,
I'm sorry?
I
it was
haven't heard
a
about
third less. Because
Yeah,
you have to calculate the crate like twice,
right.
and the shipping, it was a third less.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the two that I shipped, yeah.
So, yeah, it's about the same, and of course, as a company, it's probably gonna save us, you know, to get started here, it's probably gonna save us $100,000 a year in expenses that we, once we get going full-time, it could save us as much as $200,000 to $300,000 a year, once we get really rolling with this.
Do we have these lists already? Cause I've not seen this. The list with the state and the.
We're taking baby steps
Okay.
along the way.
So we
to
haven't
get-
started yet.
We're still experimenting with this, and as he said, there'll be another meeting too.
Yeah, so.
So we're not implementing it as of today, is that correct?
We're starting to implement it.
So we're
Right.
experimenting with it,
Right.
so if we do have a piece, then what are we supposed to
Well,
tell?
at the end of the meeting here, I'm gonna give you each price list for metal pieces like Lori Wiley's
Uh-huh,
and a domestic and Canada price list that'll give you an idea of what you will charge or how much you can say this is gonna be X amount. So you all have those price lists at the end of the meeting. as a basis to start with here, and you can start selling it that way too. So if you, go ahead.
No, just questioning, what about sculpture?
Sculpture, there's a whole prices for sculpture too, and it's really easy. All you have to do is measure the height of the sculpture. But a lot of the sculptures we have obviously come in boxes and crates that we save at the warehouse. So a lot of those things we'll just put right back in there because they're already made for it. But, you know, like the Steve Turnbulls, some of the other pieces like that that don't have crates.
We have the
go
crating and
others.
shipping prices for the Talbots in the book.
Yeah.
They'll be per.
That's still,
And
and
that's
this,
coming from him.
right. And this won't apply towards pieces that we drop ship, like the Bissells, but we still wanna encourage COD on everything. We wanna try and get back to that and not have it become,
No problem.
right, because you can see the complications we're having, trying to get this program all together without going full blast all at once. So you'll have those price lists, and if you have any questions about any other countries, then just give me a call, so I can get that information real quick, Mike. And then we'll have a follow-up meeting very soon, where we'll have these people come into the gallery and go through the whole, but if we had to come in today, we'd be here till noon.
You're gonna have displays of what this looks like?
No, you'll have a brochure,
Perfect.
for sure, but the crating and shipping will become less of an issue with your clients when we go this way, and you'll find out how they sell it, how you present it, and the thing we're gonna have to be careful of is giving away the crating as a closing tool, because that will also, because we're used to, if you give away a crate,
Mhm.
and we're gonna charge for the crate, all right? So,
You have to look that out.
That's why we got another meeting.
right,
Yeah.
right, there's
Living away.
we're working out the bugs, but this is the direction we wanna start
I'm
going.
confused now.
I know there's situations like the Rosenbaums, recently they bought a piece of
We- we-
sod.
Yeah, we-
All right.
Right, Nancy, Jim?
Randy wanted to know, since we're gonna save so much money, are you gonna get a pay raise?
I'm taking the money.
It's gonna go in Jim's pocket.
One of today, we have someone in the house.
So that was just a quick overview of the direction we're starting to go, and we'll get into more of that.
All of it is shipping, not have to worry about it.
Kevin, what about from this day forward? Chris was just asking, we're gonna go to the gallery today and make some sales. And we're gonna give away a crate maybe. Is that gonna be an issue? Is that something that has not been figured out?
We
we'll
haven't quite
probably-
figured that out, we're I'll give you the price list, like I said, for the metal pieces, and for the domestic and Canada prices, and from that, it'll make a little bit more sense of what you're looking at. So if you were to, right now, our idea is if you give away crating and shipping, you take that amount, and you can look at the thing and say, okay, this is gonna be $450 to crate and ship to wherever, all right? So what you do is you take the $450 off of the art, but tell them it's coming COD.
Okay.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
But
Yeah, 'cause
we
we
still
know in
just
advance.
getting the.
Right, if you
shipping
tell
to-
them you're gonna give away the credit and shipping, you have to take it off the price of the art, and your
But we
commissions
won't-
will be adjusted accordingly.
We won't be able to differentiate what's the crating and what's the shipping amount.
Oh, I've tried to get that information, there's no percentage or anything they
So
go off of. They've
So we
worked-
won't get ding, period.
Well, that's where the savings comes in. Savings comes in, spread out amongst us.
Yeah, right, Jim?
All dinks have been
Yeah, that's it.
eliminated.
Jim says right.
I said future meeting.
Yeah.
there you go.
Nothing's easy, you know,
No,
nothing
no.
is. you know.
No, you'll see him driving around a solid gold scooter.
Yeah.
I would say have.
And you're gonna get customers call you up and say, I can't believe this crate, this is fantastic, and you'll get some
I wanna
royalty
get
there.
something else just so I can get a credit.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, very impressive. Okay,
Take it away, Jim. Nils, you can be next.
I can?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! Well, I'm excited that we're gonna have Carolyn Zimmerman.
Yeah, but
There's
I'm
more.
here.
I talked to her yesterday on the phone, Carolyn Zimmerman, and saw the pieces for the first time, these, just yesterday as they brought over to the warehouse last night. She has been at Newport Beach for a little while, a few months now, and doing very, very well, and we're excited to present her here. She has been painting for 44 years, since she's 6 years old. So she just turned 50. So she was very pleasant on the phone, very willing to do just about commissions and such that we can present. She has been living in the Newport Beach area in Laguna for most of her life, although she's traveled, and she documents her travels around the world with her paintings. She divides her time now between Southern California and Tuscany. She has a home with her husband in Tuscany that she's there in the spring and the fall. She summers in Laguna Beach area and also in the winter. And so I'm looking forward to getting some of her Tuscany pieces as well, because I think they're going to do extraordinary. She underpaints with a sort of a golden color, a luminant white or golden translucent or ochre on her works to give it a back, this darker tones back and through here. And then she pushes her cooler ocean colors here. She's a surfer. She's surfing all the time. She's been on the island many times up in the north shore of Oahu. And she's looking forward to coming to the island to participate in shows and such. She shows in London. She's internationally known and collected. Her works are extraordinarily reasonable for the sizes of small ones, around $1,400. Larger ones can be about 6 to 8. But they're just magnificently colored.
So pretty similar to Ronaldo's price?
Kind of, yeah. Well, these are 1,400 for pieces like this, so they are very similar. But you can see, then again, this is the first time I saw them because I wanted to see if they were underpainted in a darker tone, and it does. And it pushes the cooler tones out, and they're very simply framed. I guess she has a standard frame that she does, and these should do extremely well. We were sent more Hawaii-oriented or ocean pieces as opposed to the Tuscany pieces, but she's excited to do commissions, so she's very open to that, and she's done many. She says, I don't do portraits, so don't ask her for portraits.
But she does dog portraits, right?
She does dogs, yeah, but
Yeah.
people portraits, or
Right.
she's got another thing with it. But yeah, she's got little tea, little coffee cups and stuff like that. That's very fun as well. But yeah, she's let's see.
So
She
she's
paints some plein air. She does like to do plein air, but most of her pieces are studio pieces. They're done as a studio.
Is she shown anywhere else in the United States?
That I don't know. I'll find out. We do have biographies. I have biographies down there for folks to take. We just got them printed out. But anyway, very excited to have her here. And she documents her travels throughout the world. She's been to Africa, the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, Indonesia, all over. We have a wonderful, on our homepage, you can click on the Zoom, and there's a really neat little video attached. Click on the video and watch her talk about her work for a few minutes. Very engaging, and I'm looking forward to seeing her come onto the island and having some shows with her. I think she's going to do extremely well here. So I'm excited.
Everybody in Newport raved about how well she worked the crowd.
Yeah.
That
She's
her
very
personality is
personable.
just great, and that she's a real asset to have there. And I think her husband makes videos or something.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he does some film work. Yeah, very engaging, very nice. Looking forward to putting the work on the wall and packing them up in these nifty new crates and sending them out. That's about it.
There are some bios downstairs, right?
Yep.
That would be the simple crate option, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's the larger ones we have.